Hello, everyone. My name is Anton Babenko, and today I will continue streaming some stuff which I think is interesting. It's going to be related to Terraform and serverless. And yeah, please let me know if you can hear me well or can you hear me at all. I think you should hear me better than last time because I'm using microphone. And let's see. Right. So please type in chat if you can hear me. I will continue. Where is this button? Here. Okay, cool. So as I said, this is my name. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Jude. Thanks for confirming that you can hear me well. I'm streaming from US, and many people probably remember that for 3 or how many years I've been streaming mostly from EU time zone. Things changed, and I will be streaming sometimes from US, sometimes from Europe. And yeah, well, let's get back to streaming modes, and I hope some of you will learn more. And as often, I'm really interested if someone, or not someone, if pretty much all of you learn something. And if you have any questions or something what I say doesn't make any sense, please let me know. Okay, so what is it going to be about? It's going to be about serverless.tf. Why it is going to be about serverless.tf is because I like serverless, and I have made serverless.tf, which is a framework for doing serverless with Terraform. In the coming months, I will be speaking at different meetups like this one. It will be September 4th in San Francisco. It will be in AWS Loft. So if you are in the Bay Area and if you want to learn more about how to implement RAG using serverless.tf, and if you want to meet Peter and learn more about CI/CD and GitHub Actions to ECS, then yeah, here you are. And yeah, and this opportunity to speak at this meetup gave me Natalie. She invited me to speak at this meetup. So I'm really excited to be there and meet locals. I don't think I have ever spoken at any meetups. Or well, I actually spoke, but it was like in 2019, I guess, a long time ago. But yeah, time flies so fast, so it's going to be a new place and new crowds. Hopefully, it will be interesting for people to learn more about AI, even if you already heard about it way too many times. So 4th of September, that's when I will be speaking there. So say hi and let's talk about serverless.tf more. Another reason why I want to popularize serverless.tf is because I'm going to speak at AWS reInvent together with another speaker, Anton Alexandrov. This is going to be our talk, SVS 320, accelerate serverless deployments using Terraform with proven patterns. So yeah, as you can see, it's already on website, although it doesn't say who are going to be speaker. I hope it's me and Anton, because that's what we are preparing. Hello, Antonio Carlos from Brazil, and Rolando. And yeah, congrats. This is cool. Thank you very much, Natalie. I know you're a great supporter of whatever I do. Highly appreciate. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, if you're at reInvent and if you want to learn more about Terraform, there will be, I guess, there will be more talks about Terraform though I don't know. Yeah, maybe it will be this one. Best practice Terraform modules. Ooh, I don't know what is it. Anyway, this is our talk, and that's what I'm preparing for, improving serverless.tf. And I can tell you that I will show you in a bit what is actually components of serverless.tf. But before that, I want to shout out to Terraform Weekly newsletter, which currently has more than 9,300 subscribers. I think it's a lot, to be honest. So these people are interested in Terraform, and they say what type of content they like, and I try to adjust it. So thank you very much for providing feedback. Every week I'm going through different blog posts and figuring out if there is something new or if it's relevant to many other people. So I include posts here. And if you are tired of CloudFormation and you want to migrate to Terraform, you're not alone. This is one more project in this field. I cannot tell that this project is already complete, but it's quite prominent, and I hope it will be developed further. Also, remember that the war in Ukraine is still there. I'm Ukrainian, and if you want to support Ukraine and you want to be a good citizen and remember that it will be even better that I mean when war is over and Russia doesn't exist. So yeah, I need that like right now. Rolanda, can you explain what exactly do you need right now? Because I was talking about war. I'm pretty sure you don't want war. So please clarify your intentions. Okay, let's go to serverless.tf, and I will just briefly explain what is it and what I'm going to do in this series of streams. So CloudFormation to Terraform, exactly, Rolanda, you are spot on. That's what everybody needs, right? Who cares about CDK or whatever else they try to hide behind, right? They put some fancy things in front of it and say like, oh, this is now cool things. No, this is still the same crap as it was before, but it's just called differently. So Terraform is the way to go. I'm not talking about OpenTofu because, well, I'm not talking about OpenTofu. And yeah, let's see what is serverless here. So a few years ago, I guess 4 years ago, I was working with different serverless frameworks, like serverless framework and Chalice, and I looked into Zappa, and I was thinking that, well, it's a bit too much to learn these three frameworks. Recently, I guess about a year ago, serverless framework v4 uh, introduced changes to the license, and it was always like a feeling that it's not what I want, because I always had infrastructure management component laying around, plus serverless framework doing its own business. Plus, I also have some application deployment scripts and different tools around it. So I decided to think about how serverless.tf as an opinionated open source framework can be developed to simplify this. And it turned out that Terraform is essentially the comprehensive infrastructure management tool, which can be used for serverless as well. So this is one of the main driver why serverless.tf started. So when I say that this is open source framework, you should not expect some CLI from it. It's more like a conceptual set of approaches, and it's at the end of the day, it's just Terraform-AWS modules with some patterns described pretty much on the internet. I'm very, very much looking forward to hear experiences from people how they are dealing with serverless right now. Like, what kind of struggles do they have when they deal with serverless and Terraform? So if you ever have any experience I highly recommend you to send me a note and tell, even if it's like one sentence, like pretty much any feedback is highly appreciated. So yeah, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, but I really like to hear from people that whatever I'm trying to solve is actually a real problem for not just me. So please provide different feedback, and yeah, hopefully it will be better. Over time, me and community, we have developed a lot of serverless platform service, so support for many different AWS services, to put it simply. And obviously, you can think about Lambda, Event Bridge, Step Function, and so on. But also, there are a lot of services which are not just related to serverless, like S3 bucket, for example, or Secret Manager, or SQS, CloudWatch. We have a bunch of these modules, like I think more than 50, 52 or 54 already. We're not going to add new just for fun. We only add something if we need it. And in this stream, as well as upcoming streams, I'm going to work on different features and different bugs and improvements, which I feel are going to move the needle further for users of Terraform AWS modules and serverless.tf as well. So if you see any module which you use at your serverless architecture, then please provide feedback. And here is a question. How can I provide the feedback? I have questions. That's why I'm here today. Oh my God. I didn't expect people to have questions, but okay. Um, no. Okay. How to ask questions? Well, you can write it in chat. Uh, I will put it on screen and try to answer it. Yeah, and we can structure it around questions as well. That's fine. I have prepared some, how to say, some issues which I think are relevant to take care of. But if anyone has specific issues in mind, I would rather fix those issues and talk about those issues because, well, that's why you're here. I told you guys that Natalie is very supportive of whatever I do. Okay, okay. Let's see what. Let's start with something cool, right? What can be better if I just look into how many people download this stuff? I don't know about you guys, but I like to see. Ah, this one is not so. This was 10,000 clones a day, and people are coming from Reddit, from some GitHub enterprise. Yeah, somebody sent messages on Teams and so on. So yeah, not a big surprise, right? So not a lot of clones overall, but yeah, people are using it. I can see that. How I can see that is that there are a lot of issues open. And some of these issues I will look into hopefully today and do something around them. Because as you can see, some issues were open 4 hours ago, yesterday, some in July, 3 weeks ago. So a lot of issues, yeah, probably need to stop talking and start doing something. Yeah, that's a good strategy. Okay, let's see. So this is it. Right, so this is the first issue. Let's take a look into this one and do something about it and then move on. As I say, at the end of the day, what I want to develop is something. Let me just show what I'm going to develop. So here we have Terraform with modules. So this is serverless land website, and these are patterns which I have developed and published on this website. This website is not driving so much traffic and so much attention. So I'm thinking, what kind of other format would it be like relevant, or would you guys like to see? I know that it should be practical, but sometimes I really struggle to understand if it's practical for me. Let's say if I'm using many of these modules at my day-to-day work, I know my workarounds, or maybe I have rather specific case when deploying things cross accounts and cross regions. Like there are a few peculiarities which I need to be aware of. Yeah, so please provide some feedback, and I'll really expect that there is some feedback, and then I can implement it. Here we have sample applications, also I guess provided by AWS. And sometimes I'm thinking, maybe, I mean, does it make sense to implement some of these and show how it can be done? Because I have components or modules for pretty much all of this, maybe with some small exceptions. Yeah, so this can be interesting. But another thing which I just realized, it meet up this one. So this meetup which I just mentioned earlier, implementing RAG using serverless, I will probably develop this stuff maybe during next sprint. Let me see. Yeah, next sprint is before the meetup. So yeah, I will definitely work on this one. Oh, cool. So next one will be implementing RAG using serverless.tf. Cool. I'm glad that I found job for myself. Okay. Right. Let's do something. Okay. I was challenged to actually merge and fix at least one issue. Well, challenge accepted. Let's see what I can do. AWS Lambda not redeploying with image with same tag changes. Of course it doesn't, because if ID has not changed, then yeah, then yeah, then that's it. Okay. Where is this? Yeah, so this thing, this piece of code is not going to do anything because image URI has not changed. What can we do about it? Let me think. Well, we can say that it should be immutable. That's why it's not going to redeploy. But I think we can have, as far as I remember, and you will guys be surprised that I'm not expert user of Lambda module myself, because I know a lot of hacks around it. And when I see questions like this, I need to pretend that this hacks doesn't exist. So I go to the module here, and somewhere here it should be maybe force and hash of zip. This is it. If you need to have different file names, you specify hash extra, but this is only for packaging. Okay. Force redeployment. Okay, so there is no solution like I thought. Let's take a look into the code just to understand. When you specify image URI, that's it. So whatever you specify there is going to be used. There is no way to specify. Yeah, there is no way to specify something. Hello from Argentina. Hola Martin Osea. Okay, there is nothing what user can change which can trigger recreation of this lambda function as far as I can see. Yeah. Okay, then the logical choice and logical thing is actually to make sure that it's yeah, that it has new image. You're right. Where is it? Here is it. Will publish true. Thank you very much, Excel Sharif, for suggesting this. Publish equal true will not help. Let me just log in here, and here is my console. And if I go to Lambda, I have function which I completely forgot about, which I created 5 months ago. So publish will not change anything, right? No, publish will not change. As long as the source has not changed, then it's job of Terraform to update it. And Terraform simply says like, oh, nothing changed. Terraform will not go and download image and check any SHA of it or whatever. So in order to redeploy an existing Lambda function, you need to change the image URI. How this can be done? I'm just thinking whether you can force. Yeah, you can do this. Replace triggered by. You can do something like this. Replace, where is it? Triggered by. I'm just thinking whether it will make sense. No, it will not make sense because here it has to be a reference to some resource. But in our case, it is value coming from outside as a value. Plain values such as local values or input variables will not have planned action, but you can treat them with resource Terraform data. No, that's magic. Anyway, whatever, even if I decide to put something here, yeah, like this one. Maybe it's, no, it's like in this case, if in this case revision changes, then this resource will change. And then this resource will trigger the replacement of this example database. In our case, the input value is static. So yeah, I don't know any other way. So in order to redeploy an existing Lambda function, you need to change. I don't think of any solution like replace triggered by triggered by can work. Okay, dokie. You need to change your array. Make it immutable. Make use, e.g., make use of Docker tags, something like this. Okay, close. You see, I can close at least one issue. So Roy will have to do, yeah, we'll have to just rebuild this image every time with something new. And I'm pretty sure that he can put something new if there are changes. For example, there is a way to know lambda dir checksum. So if checksum is triggered, then image tag will have to be a combination of something like image tag, which is going to be provided, plus lambda checksum or git commit or whatever. Yeah. So Docker image is recreated, but unfortunately it's not. It would be cool actually if modules can accept this lifecycle recreation, though it would be too much, right? If you change Docker image, then the whole set of resources like IAM policies and roles are being recreated. That's too much. But okay, enough about this one. Let's see what is this one. Outbound IPv6 traffic on VPC function. 2 dual stack subnets. Oh, sounds scary. Let's see what is it. So it seems that what is this? Lambda function in VPC, right? I suppose it's also an example, right? It's an example allowed for dual stack. IPv6 allowed for dual stack. Okay. IPv6 allowed for here it says VPC security group IDs. Let's call it the same. Why should it be so creative? Let's see. Let's call it VPC IPv6 allowed for dual stack. Please rename it. Okay. Everywhere to be identical to other variables. Okay. Also, let's take a look into this thing. When was it added? Not in version 5, apparently. No, in version 5. Okay. Now here is fix, and here it was added. So it was added 523. 523. Which version do we use? Let's take a look. Where is it? Version 5.32, but we need 23. Okay, so it's already covered. That's cool. Right, so that's the only thing. We rename it and we're good to go. Fantastic. Mm, let's request changes. And looks good to me. If somebody thinks this looks good to me, that's not true. Let's grill the meat. Well, it's actually rainy here, but anyway, let's grill the meat after small rename. Request. Okay. It's going to be added. Added what? Added support for outbound type, not outbound. Outbound IPv6 traffic on VPC functions. Added outbound IPv6 traffic on VPC functions to dual stack subnets. Well, anyway, no need to be so specific. I forgot about coffee. Okay, now we are talking. So that was it. Let's move further. Oh, this one is pretty cool. I didn't know about this skip destroy flag. So what this skip destroy is doing, apparently that's what I read from this documentation. Well, it does what it's supposed to be doing. And it's exactly particularly useful for Lambda Edge function that cannot be destroyed if they're still associated with CloudFront functions. That's true. That's so much true. So let's see. Let's rename it first. Edit the skip destroy argument for Lambda function. For Lambda function resource, or just for function. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look here and just skip destroy. Set to true if you do not wish. Yeah, exactly. I was actually struggling with it yesterday and I was like, why this is not solved yet? Now I can see that it's actually solved. It's just not supported in the module. So that's good. This naming, like I was complaining about variable names in the previous pull request, here it's actually not so bad because skip destroy exists in S3 bucket, for example. Should it be called skip destroy or lambda skip destroy? Let's take a look on the naming. Do we have anything started with lambda? No, we always have lambda as a center resource, right? Lambda function or layer or any other thing. So that's why we have we don't have to add this one. There is another skip destroy? There is one for layer. There is one for CloudWatch logs. Okay, then it makes sense to add one for Lambda. Right. So, okay, then makes sense. Then enough about me complaining. Maybe let's merge this one. Just want to take a look here. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Let's just finish this one. It's pull request number 600. Let's take a look. Where is my code? going to be lambda. Mm. Okay, well, I'm trying to move windows. They take so much space. I need this one. Yeah, I obviously don't need Spotify. Okay, we are here. So this is PR check. PR check is my, what is it? PR check. Yeah, it's my GitHub PR checkout force. So here we have skip destroy. Or maybe call it just skip destroy, because this is essentially lambda at edge. What else do we have here as a variable? Skip layer skip destroy, that's fine. CloudWatch skip destroy is fine, but lambda skip destroy, yeah, it's kind of obsolete. Let's just call it skip destroy. We're not creating S3 buckets here, right? S3 bucket, no, we don't. So then it's fine. So skip destroy. Let's go. Let's go to where is it? To variables. Skip destroy. We just call it skip destroy. It's optional. It's kind of unnecessary. Set to true if you do not wish to be destroyed, or instead just remove function. Okay. Useful for CloudFront for lambda edge functions attached to CloudFront distributions. Okay. Right. That's it. So now let's run this. It should be quick. Okay. Updating everything. Validate is done. Click. Yeah. Git. Now let's auto update, because I'm pretty sure that Maxim and Georgi has been working like crazy on these pre-commit Terraform improvements, and every new release, these guys are pushing some new improvements, some new features. Pretty cool. I'm really impressed with the way how they work. Git commit. What is it? It's fixed. By Anna James Arts. Fixed. No, it's renamed. There you go. Okay. I didn't have to run it like this, but it should be quick anyway. right? So now it's committed and git push. Done. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Something here, 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 and here. I don't need to run code, I guess. I don't need to run examples just yet because, yeah. I'll have to work on examples probably at some time a bit later because there are a lot of examples which doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, let's take a look here and just say that skip destroy. I'm pretty sure that this feature was there for a very long time, so I don't have to skip destroy. There is even possibility to add it here and here. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Bunch of different skip destroy things. That's pretty cool. Okay. Right. Let's take a look here. Let's approve. So let it finish. Let's see what else do we have. Probably have more bugs. Maybe not bugs. Can you provide an example for a 3-bucket notification in Lambda module? Let's see, rvim. Sure, rvim. If you go to examples, and if you go folder called examples, and then if you go to to triggers, I guess, and then it's not. No, it's not this one. We go to examples. Where is this? Complete. I was sure that there is an example. I just cannot find it. This is no. Event source mapping, no. Well, that's an interesting question. There is an example, but I don't remember where. Maybe incomplete. Let's take a look here. No T. No. Now we can always search, right? If we search in this mod, no, where is it? And this should be in S3 bucket somewhere here, because this is where we have modules, notification, and if you go in this folder in examples, notification, and this is it. Okay, good. So let's just send this link to hi, you you need, yeah, here is what you need. Ta-da. Close. Next. It's very important to close issues so quick that person cannot respond back. Okay. Here we are. Squash. That's it. Okay. Changing the code of Lambda function in AWS console does not get detected. Well, Apparently, that's true. Wait, how this can be true? So imagine the situation. You first deploy something, then you go to console, you change something there, and what? And it doesn't pick up your changes. Well, that's interesting. Uh, how to think about it? Let's look in the code immediately, just to understand. So the problem is, let me just find any terraform-tf state which I had from the past. It's pretty long. The only thing which I'm interested in, let's say, when I deploy something from source path, right? I provided this path, or yeah, I provided source path. Source path everywhere. Yeah. So if I look into, let's say, this lambda function, and I want to search for lambda function resource, like this. So there are AWS lambda function. So there are 12 lambda functions being deployed. In all of this, I want to see not file name, but something what corresponds to the to SHA of the deployed artifact, which is source code hash and source code size. I guess these two things I need. So from what I understand, if I change something in console, source code hash is not synced, is not like refreshed. Sounds like a bug somewhere. So let's take a look into simple example, which is graveyard of this module. And let's find something here. It's really graveyard of the module, so we will find a line which we can uncomment. Yeah, can it be this line, for example? So we're going to deploy this source path. The rest we don't care at all. Here is another source path. Okay. Right, so we already have source path and we point to just one index.py file. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. So if I go to examples, simple, and I need to be in master. Not necessarily, but it's just easier. So, and I go to example, simple, and if I look for terraform init and terraform apply, so let's just deploy small thing here. We deploy this lambda function. And now if I go to this function, function, somewhere here, it is lambda simple, right? So first, if I run terraform apply again, just to confirm that it has no drifts or whatever, changes to output, I don't care about KMS key at this point. Okay, so now if I go to the console, here is my Lambda function, refined anemone. And if I change something here and save it and probably deploy it, so now it's there. And if I now go back to Terraform code, and if I run Terraform apply, I would expect that it's rewriting content. Yeah, it's rewriting because source code hash has changed and it has changed modified date. So now if I go and deploy it, then it's doing its magic, which should be pretty quick. And if I go back to browser and refresh this one, I should see my previous code back. Code has been updated, of course, because I wanted it to update. Yeah, so this is correct behavior. Okay, so let's take a look into this one and try to change and deploy code in AWS console. Run Terraform plan again. A change to source code hash has been should be detected. Yeah, it was detected. What can be the reason? Let me just think. If I change something here, and if I deploy it, and if I go to Terraform now, and if I run Terraform, okay, plan, refresh, false, then it says that nothing should be changed. Well, this is normal behavior of Terraform, so I don't know what else to say here. Not sure if this is intended behavior looking at following code, but from my perspective, it would be useful to have the option to always check for drift. Yeah, that's the whole point of Terraform. So ignore source code hash. It's already supported. Quite opposite. If you want to ignore these changes because you probably release something using Terraform and then you continue deploying it using your own tools, then you would have to say source code hash, like ignore source code hash to true, and then this will be disregarded every time. Yeah, so I could not reproduce this issue. By default, Terraform, well, not by default, refresh, by default, Terraform plan, not by default, come on. Please make sure that you run refresh, that you do Terraform refresh before Terraform plan. Please make sure that you do Terraform refresh before Terraform plan. It is turned on by default. Yeah, something like this. ignore source code hash if you would want to ignore to not keep track of changes, then you can set to true if you would want to know. This is opposite. Okay, this is opposite from what you want, but nevertheless, I suggested it to you. Yeah, pretty cool logic, right? Okay, I couldn't reproduce this issue. It works like it should. Changes are being tracked properly. Let's comment. I'm pretty sure that the solution here will be, will be related to missing, to missing Terraform plan. Okie dokie, let's see, what else do we have? Oh, that was it? No, there should be more issues in Lambda modules. Let's take a look, something here. This is, what is it? Updated. Oh, I was asked to look into this one. Let's take a look. Right, so my solution or my comment last time was, let's remove this file, package log JSON, and that's it. So what is it? Let me just remind myself, what is it? Fix package by command after zip not being executed. Let's see. Should we update something in the README? Some use case might require the production packages are deployed while maintaining local node modules folder. Yeah. Well, this example is a little bit wrong to my mind, because here we are dealing with the development environment and production environment in one command by moving some things around. I would really prefer that if you're doing something on development, fine, you can do it the way you want. But when you are about to deploy it, then you run your npm install production and it does whatever it's supposed to be doing. Yeah. But okay, anyway, if it works for this case, I'm not against it. It's not adding anything bad. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes you may want to have pattern here. Let me see. Yeah, patterns is one of the hidden gems where you can exclude things you don't want. Like here, you say that it doesn't start, like exclude everything inside of temp folder, right? Okay, anyway, it works and I can see, is it fixed? fix package comment. Is it new feature? No, it's a fix. Okay, let's see. Squash. Good. Let's see, and this one. Why I didn't do this? Because I was lazy with renaming. Okay. Yeah, it was a bit strange from me, but okay. Let's see. Oh, Martin wrote a long message. Let's see. Let's see, where can I put it? Add to broadcast. Right. Oh my God. Hi, Anton. We are in the process of centralizing the management of our API, migrating from serverless framework using Terraform and serverless.tf. And we want to implement an approach where a single repository manages all API configurations, including security group, S3 bucket, blah, blah, blah. We want to integrate code pipeline. Wait, one more time. We want to integrate code pipeline to handle deployment using code build. What would be your recommendation for efficiently, scalably, and maintainably managing the centralization and modularization of those resources, especially in an environment with 20 or more APIs that share common configuration? Well, that's a big question. It's disappearing every time. Let's see again. Process of centralizing the management of API. And we want to implement an approach where a single repository manages all API configurations. We want to integrate recommendation efficiently, especially environment with 20 or more APIs that share common configurations. Well, I think I would try to think about this. Let me see, copy text. Just one second, where can I put it? See, if I add, just let me Terraform destroy it before I forgot about it. And I will just put this text here and try to think about it in a second. Just delete this Lambda function first. And I'm going to put it somewhere here inside of Lambda module, right? So let's take a look somewhere here. I'll just add it here. Okay. So what I think immediately is that as soon as you have something common configurations, you make it, let's say, as a folder, right? Configs. So this stuff will contain something like TFRs, or maybe some JSON files, or maybe some input source, some data source, potentially, if you need to do this. Whoa! Oh my God. My camera just fall off. That's okay. Now you can see that I have green screen. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, it should be fine. My screen almost fall off, but okay, so there are common configurations. So then talking about file structure for this one, if you're using code pipeline and code build, eventually you will use something like environments. So your environments will be API, especially environments with 20 or more API. So there will be environment one, which consists of So what is going to be here, it's going to be a bunch of Terraform files which manages or which contains configurations for these 20 or more API things. So it will be probably for 20 APIs, right? So obviously you put something there. Just put it like this. So you have TF. And what else to put inside of TF? I would think from this angle first is that you call your infrastructure modules, and your infrastructure modules, let's call them IM. So, and what is IM? IM in this case is master module or super module, which combines terraform-aws-modules or serverless.tf modules in per service. So you combine multiple terraform-aws modules per or for services. So it will be, as an example, one API gateway, right? X Lambda, ACMs, and so on. So this is typically what your infrastructure module will look like. It's a combination of a bunch of other module per service. So this is this part. When it comes to efficiently scalability and maintainability, I would suggest to focus on developing this one, your infrastructure modules, in a way that you can easily iterate through them. So you figure out what is like what does typical API look for you. Let's say you will probably not create API gateway every time. So maybe you will have different flavors of infrastructure module. So you will have one which is called small API module, which consists of, let's say, no API gateway, but I don't know, several, for example, Lambda function. And then second, you will have, you can call it differently, or you can figure out a more suitable logical group. It's going to be a large API call, which will be API gateway, ACM, I don't know, what else? Yeah, can be no Lambda function at all. Something like this. So you figure out what are your components. And then as soon as you figure out what is your infrastructure module, then you'll be able to put them into your code pipeline, code build, and build or at least run these plans in your environment 1, 2, or 3 the way you want. If you have possibility to spin up new environments easily, let's say you don't have external dependencies, you can have this environment pretty much cloned and spin up with different input values. The way how you will have to inherit these values is very important for your for the way how you can handle them efficiently. Like one of example how I see it is that people try to put static values, let's say in TFRs, and include it pretty much like a Terragrant way, like recursively. The structure for these folders is probably like there are two different ways how you can do this. You can structure it around your services on AWS, or you can structure it around whatever makes sense for you. So I don't know about your APIs and what exactly you are building, but most likely it will be a mix of it. So some services will be global. Like I can see that you are going to have monorepo, which is great for this case. You will have monorepo for all of your API configuration, and you will have a lot of global resources, or not, sorry, not global, regional resources like security groups and S3 buckets, API gateway, and so on. But you will also have a lot of global resources like IAM, which will have to be shared. Yeah, I probably said a lot and it was not very structured, but what I'd like to kind of highlight is that use low-level modules to build your infrastructure modules and follow structure of your folders, which makes sense to you. In most cases, it's totally fine to have it as close to AWS like cloud structure model as possible. So that yeah, so it will be like regions, or it will be account and then regions and then services. Instead of services, you can say that it's going to be environments. Like there are multiple trade-offs, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's see. Well, if you have structure like this, it's very big scope. Really, it's very hard to iterate through this, and it's just one environment. Pretty hard to understand what's going on here. You will have very large blast radius, and a lot of changes will be yeah, very dependent to each other. So I would not recommend to have this structure, especially if you have, like you say, many environments, many resources. It's pretty bad. Let me try to find something here. Maybe I have it. I have TerraGrant reference architecture, which is kind of similar to what I'm trying to express here. And I have, let me see. Yeah, well, it's obviously a very small example, but the point here is that this Acme serverless is one of AWS account, which contains resources split somehow. I don't know why I split this way. Yeah, if we look into Acme prod, for example, imagine that this is your AWS account where you have resources by regions, and each of these region, ACM, ALB, security group, and so on, just contains values like this one, input values per service. Of course, it can be reused, and a lot of values can be simplified by using different HCL functions or TerraGrant functions. But the point is that you have configurations here ordered in very logical way how they are expected to be seen in AWS console, how AWS is making this for us. And also don't have modules inside of your monorepo. That's also pretty important. If you want to learn more, you can go to terraform-bestpractices.com. I described more benefits of different structures there. Many information which I wrote there is still okay, though I have not been reading it myself, so I forgot a lot of it. But yeah, I wrote it like 6 years ago, and it's still pretty decent, I would say. If you want to use, like if you have possibility, I encourage you to use any sort of orchestrator. I mean, any sort, it means TerraGrant or TerraMate. There are only two orchestrators which I can recommend. and Terramate being pretty good for most cases. Um, yeah, no, I don't have anything what I can share here, but it's yeah, yeah. Okay, I think I have uh, covered this question. So thank you very much, Martin, for asking this. The question itself is pretty big, and yeah, in order to answer it better, I need to prepare. I need to kind of structure my response. That's why I have company which is called Better Job, where I provide consulting services. Oh, it's been a while since I mentioned it, right? So this is my company where I do Terraform, AWS, and DevOps, and I pretty much provide consultancy around different things, which yeah, you guys already know what I do. So yeah, um, okay. Let's see what else I can do here. Mm -hmm. Well, yeah, that's it. I don't have time for more. I'll take a look into some other things, but um, for the time being, that's it. Thank you very much for attending. Thanks everyone for joining. And where is my video? Yeah, here is it. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for asking different questions and for being active in chat. Mm. Oh, I missed. Um, mhm. Right. Okay, it was spam. That's bad. Okay. Have a great afternoon and have a good weekend. Bye.